All right. Well, I'll say it again. Love to you all, each and every one of you. I thank you for being here this day. Grand Rising, Elizabeth. My name is Deitra Covington, and this is our health and wellness show. And it is February 14th, 2023. And I have two co-hosts, Mama Raziya and Sister Jacqueline. And Sister Jacqueline is on a wonderful trip to Hawaii right now. So I'm with her and all that sun. I hope she's having good sunny days.
Yeah.
But I want to recognize my co-hosts. I truly appreciate them.
Thank you.
Oh, go. Yes, Mama Raziya.
Well, I just want to say thank you to you for being such a strong beacon and carrying forth this precious time.
Thank you. Thank you. Because you invited me, so you were the first one that told me about it. So thank you. Yes. Greeting, Grand Rising, Mama Head, Thuru.
Greetings, Grand Rising.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm going to begin with our African Goddess Rising Oracle reading. And I want to show you all a beautiful picture. This is...
Raise it up a little bit.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Oh,
this is Marie Laveau.
Yes.
She is, and her name means good juju. Before I move on with the reading of this card, I want to talk about juju. My great nephew's name is Juju. That's his nickname, of course, but I've heard this name 3 times in the last 2 days. Juju. It keeps coming up. So I actually text my niece and told her, please give Juju a hug for me, because his name keeps coming up. And I'm like, just look, give my love, so that was great. Okay, getting back to the reading. Okay, the goddess of good juju is of New Orleans. And the temple is of the ancestor temple, and she represents the element fire. And the great ancestress Marie Laveau was a larger than life New Orleans voodooin, a successful spiritpreneur. That's a pretty, I never heard of that, a spiritpreneur. I love it. The famous voodoo queen first built a thriving business as a hairstylist. Interesting. Okay, and what is her guidance for today? Great luck is yours now. You have been granted the greatest inheritance. Embrace your divine abundance. You have good juju. Yay. And the embodiment is, this is a time of increase for you. You are heiress to a rich heritage of divine prosperity. Accept your ancestral inheritance. Good juju is abundance. Luck is being supported by the universe. Abundance is the God or goddess way. Just as you want abundance for those who come after you, your creator embraces wealth for you too. And the goddess declaration is, all I do is win.
Yeah.
I love it. Let me say that again. All I do is win. Wow, just to embrace that and take that in. Oh my God, it really does something for me, just to say it. And I want to read something else again too. Abundance is the God or goddess way. just as you want abundance for those who come after you, your Creator embraces wealth for you too. So it's really in the works for us to be wealthy and just be winners. Yes, I received that. I received that. Does anyone else have any comments about the reading today?
Thank you, and I receive it as well.
Oh, thank you, Mama Had the Room.
Thank you, and I receive it also. In spirit, pureness, how did you pronounce that? Spirit?
Oh, spiritpreneur.
I love that.
I do too.
Love
Oh
that
my
too,
God.
yeah.
I'm not only an entrepreneur, I'm a spiritpreneur. Why not? I really like that.
So it reminds me of the saying that I'm doing more of, remembering more of, and it's the universe is conspiring in my favor,
Yes, yes,
which is
yes.
in sync with,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Well, I have 2 t-shirts. One, it says, all I do is win.
Ooh.
The
All right.
other one says, I am a spiritpreneur.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I buy both of those. I buy both of those.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Good. You know,
That
I'm
was
sitting here
excellent.
looking at the screen, and I want Mama Evelyn to read her what she has on her earrings. I love them.
She gotta take it off.
She probably know what they say.
Yeah, I know what it says. I'm feeling kind of warrior-ish right now.
Okay.
And this kicks some ascola.
Yeah,
Mama,
someone
Mama-
broke into the family home last night.
Oh goodness.
Mm.
So I gotta go over there and see what I can do. My neighbor scared them off, and this was actually somebody that they had talked to earlier in the day.
Oh.
And so, yeah, these earrings say, test that assumption at your earliest convenience.
Mm.
And on the back, it says, in other words, F around and find out.
Mm. All right now. All right.
Okay.
So,
Warriors on. I hear that.
Mm.
Mama Evelyn,
huh?
when you first began talking, and you said you feeling warrior-ish today, I was wondering if you could say it again like you mean. Oh, say it again like you mean it. Like that shirt you got on.
Feeling warrior-ish today.
All right.
I am going to lead with my warrior love for these men who decided to break into a home that has nothing for them.
Mhm.
Now,
We don't need.
not only nothing for them, it's not theirs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Period.
We might need to put a little something in there. Put a little good juju in there for the mother.
The
Right.
juju.
Listen. Some good stay out of here juju. That's what we need to put in there.
Right.
Some juju. Okay. All right.
So true.
Yeah. Some loving juju.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I he had told my neighbor that his mother had just died, and I was like, I could berate him and call him every name but a child of God, but he is a child of God, and he's going through something.
Right, that's right.
Through something,
That's a good
Now,
perspective to
a few
take.
months ago, that's not what I would have thought.
Right.
The one that
But,
that did it.
yeah.
The one that did it. That,
Yeah.
you know what, that has nothing to do with, whatever he's going through. We are still loved. We are made of love.
Mhm.
I got raped out on the street, and the guy was telling me that I looked like his wife who had just died.
Oh, my.
And so you're gonna rape me? No,
Right.
that is not love. That is not a good representation of his wife. That is not him breaking into your house, is not respecting himself. And
Yeah.
if he's a great person, he was not moving in love and coming in and doing something that would offend someone else or take something from someone else or cause you now to have to board up, take your time to go and take care of that.
Right.
Mhm.
So, okay, I got Mama head. You know what? Let me tell you what I did yesterday, late last night. I'm gonna show it because Mama had said something. She said, I'm calling when she talked about the you got to see it. Just hold on a
Okay.
second.
All right. All
I have
right.
it already queued up.
Uh-oh.
She is a
Uh-oh.
mess. But when you hear it, we give people understanding and stuff when they're doing it. My niece last night, we got a text that there's I think they said some shooters, four shooters at her college.
Oh, yeah.
And so she was on the phone with her mom. The police was in the building, but there were four, I think it was four
Mhm.
in the building. And
Hmm.
that's not love at all. That's,
No.
but you gotta get this because I put it out on Facebook. You
All
go,
right. So where is it?
Grand rising to everyone that has joined us.
Yeah, grand rising.
That's Jackie, Melinda, drummer,
We got a drummer in the house.
Almani, Reverend Almani.
Okay, here we go. That's grand rising, Elizabeth. No
Uh-oh.
topic is off limits. I had to put that in to the conversation. Check this one out, talking about religion.
Yeah, I thought that.
Don't want you to know they cuss. Okay. Everybody that's religious, they cuss too. They just don't want you to know they cuss. Okay. Because we're sitting up here holding on to an image of what somebody wrote that somebody that's religious or spiritual supposed to act like.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So funny. It was so
Oh, that is funny. That is funny. And I got it pulled up. So hopefully if we got 10 minutes, I'll go over it with you guys.
okay. Mama Head.
Mama Head going through it.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I remember. So, I always think about, this is my dream of the Tower of Babel that, folks got too high and mighty and the thing got crushed and all the religions got broke up and put to the side. But I remember back in the day, they used to say, I bet you God and, even though the different names of the entities of the creator, creatress, whatever you want to call it. If they sit down, if these different religions came and sat down together, do you think they're going to sit there fighting or they're going to sit there talking about their commonality? That's what I see, that they're going to sit down, come together and talk and say, we do this because of this. And talk about the commonalities and not be fighting about the mess. Because we don't, why are we focusing on that? Why not focus on the beauty of all of it? Because, people, the children, they've seen me wear different earrings. Miss House, do you believe in God? I was like, why are my earrings making you think that? Or do you believe in voodoo? I use everything I got, I got to my wit, to my understanding. I'm using all of it.
Yes, all of it.
Every bit of it. These cards, these cars, these candles, the whatever. Yes, I'm using it all. The stars,
The
wind, the sun, every tool we got.
The cards. Look at
Especially
here.
now.
I'm using everything.
Everything. Now you didn't make me do something.
Come on now. Calm down.
I'm using everything. And listen,
Here's one, a pig.
come on now with it.
Okay.
Listen,
Come on.
listen.
Girl, you better
I'm
ask
innocent. Fire, wood, the dirt outside. Come on, look.
Everything down there.
Okay.
Listen.
Come on, mama.
All this stuff. I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on.
Everything. Show it, Sharon. Show the water, Sharon. Show it. Look at here. Domino. Look at
Then I break those, make the dust down, put it in the trash can.
I'm using manure for fertilizer, okay?
Okay.
Everything I got. I'm making you make up some new stuff.
We got bridges, water, and
That's
trees.
right.
Yeah. Use
They
that
told us
stuff.
we couldn't play organs in church. Y'all better put some music on and leave me alone. Don't bother me. I want guitar, organ. I want toe tapping. I want to hear the feet. Hit the
Come
wood.
on. I got a praying stick. Come on with it. Come on. Leave it started.
Don't bother me. Don't
Okay.
bother me.
Oh, I got look here.
I got shells.
Girl,
I got,
come
don't
on.
have me pull out. Come on, y'all.
Pendulum from that.
Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. You got, it look like this? Come on now.
Cards,
Girl,
Bibles.
please.
Let me tell y'all something.
Hey.
When I'm gonna use the microphone. When this thing COVID came, I said, God, I'm gonna ask the devil to help us. I need him to whoop his ass.
This is the part.
Every tool we got. Cause this here thing they done pulled out with, I said, come on. I said, devil, I got a job for you. And I know you can handle.
I got water. I'm drinking it.
Come on.
I'm rinsing with it. I put some sage and boil the sage and put some sage water and boil over me.
Look at Mama
Putting
Evelyn.
salt on the doorway. I'm putting salt on the threshold. You better come on.
You better come with it. All right.
We went crazy.
She get the flow, baby. You best to look out. Guys, like, oh, she up again. Yeah, I'm up again. And
I'm paying my babe.
come on.
That was a good one. Okay, y'all. I got
Yo, we was hot that day. Oh
Oh my
goodness.
God. Danny set
Oh
that
my
up. Set that
goodness.
up. Oh my God.
That was
We
so
were
much
pulling out
fun.
everything. Oh my God.
Everything.
Ebony was at work with her goodies. Okay, don't mess with
I
her.
had all the stuff.
All of it.
Oh my God.
Mama Evelyn, if you
my
need
goodness.
anything to take over to the house, we have things. Okay,
Yes.
we have things. I was just looking at my salt.
Yes. Yes. Bring a few dials. We got some brooms for you.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Oh, here's our
Ooh.
drummer.
Well, greetings. Welcome, all our drummer. Good to see you.
Whew, very good.
So that was a crazy, and the part that I was thinking about was when she said, I'm gonna call the devil and give him something to do.
Right, I know that's right.
I'm gonna use everything, protect that house and protect what is yours, and
Drummer, you want to say greetings to the
Greetings, ladies, everybody.
greetings.
Greetings. Grand Rising.
I'm here from Chicago.
Oh, wow. Welcome.
All right.
Who invited you?
I invited him.
Deidre.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Yes, love drums, love percussions.
Yeah.
So you came in on a wild part of, because really we are all very subdued,
Come here.
we're very quiet.
I'm trying to get my wife. My wife is shot.
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on, wife.
Just come and say hello.
Hello.
Come on. Let me see your face.
Hello.
Beautiful.
Greetings.
He's got to go to work, so
Okay,
somebody's got to make the donuts.
that's right.
Exactly. That's true.
Have a good day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is. Oh my
to
God.
everyone. You better get it together,
You
brother.
I gotta go out now.
That's right.
I don't know exactly. Deidre, you didn't tell me what this was, so I'm just here.
Okay, well, I'm glad you showed up. You're in the perfect space. You are perfect.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. You ready for me to move on, Queen?
Yes, baby.
Okay, good. Well, first of all, I am honored to be the presenter for today. I'm going to share some things that are very relevant in my life, among many other things, but this part of my life is very key. I'm going to talk about my fasting love story. Now, that title is actually pretty deep for me because it's a love story. And if you've seen my flyer, you saw my husband and I, Terrence and I, on the flyer with the title Fasting Love Story. But the real love too, in addition to my husband, is my love for my health. So I'm going to talk about fasting, because of my love for me. Not selfish love, I guess. Maybe it is selfish, I don't know. But anyway, but my husband has been my person that walked along this road with me for the last 7 years. But you'll hear more about him and his part in this love story. But he is truly my partner in this walk. But I really want to talk about my love and how fasting has really been a place of love for me. And it has grown over time because it hasn't always been that way, as you will see. Okay, let me bring my screen up here. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Can everybody see that picture?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, let me take the other thing off. Let me see. I haven't did this in a while. All right, there we go. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start with, I have 5 phases to this. I'm going to talk about each phase a little bit. I'm going to give a few words, but please, by all means, if you have questions or comments as I talk, please raise your hand, shout it out, do what you got to do to let me know you want to share something. But this is phase 1, and this is where I began this walk with my husband, Terrence. His name is Terrence, and I'm going to say Terrence so you'll know who I'm talking about. But anyway, how to eat to live. Oh, let me go to the next screen and just give more. Okay, right. Okay, How to Eat to Live. You can see there. This is the book, How to Eat to Live, by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And it talks about how to eat food and get back to health, or be in a healthy state as far as your health eating. And it really is it's a simple book, but it really shares some great knowledge about different things. So this is how I started out with my fasting, because one thing that's encouraged in this book is eating 1 meal a day and fasting 3 days out of the month. So now when I first began reading this book, I was able to do the 1 meal a day, but the fasting for 3 days out of the month was a little tough for me. Because one thing I would get is headaches when I didn't eat. I would get a headache, and then I would get kind of a nauseous feeling when I didn't eat, especially on the 3-day fast. So then I thought that fasting was not good for me based on the way I was feeling. But what I want to say right now is that sometimes I realize that when I eat something now, after years of doing this, I realize that when I eat and I feel something like a pain or something, it's normally based on what I eat. So I have to go back into my little eating journal, which I journal everything I eat every day. And then I have to look back and say, I did have some chips the other day, and that might be affecting this pain in my leg. It might have caused it. So getting back to my fasting. So when I would get a headache, especially when back in the day started fasting, I would get a headache or a nauseous feeling, and I would think, oh, this fasting must not be for me. I don't even really want to do it because I don't like feeling like this, right? But one thing that I did find good when I was following How to Eat to Live is that it was a whole group of people that were following How to Eat to Live. It was, I don't know if many of you have heard of the Nation of Islam, but this is what we follow to eat. So that made me feel good that I wasn't the only one that was doing this. So even the fasting, the 3-day fasting, I wasn't the only one, but then I met Terrence, and Terrence was in the Nation much longer than me even. So he knew all about How to Eat to Live. So that wasn't something that was foreign to him to follow How to Eat to Live. So that made it much easier for me. So when I got to my 3-day fast, he was a pro. He was good at it. He knew how to get through it. He had tough times sometimes, but he got through it just fine. But it was a great encouragement for me when we were doing things together with this. So the one meal a day was easy for both of us, because I cooked dinner, I cooked for him, so I knew what he was eating every day because I fixed it. But it was easier for me too, because we ate together. So it was just that 1 meal a day. So it was fine. Now, when I get to the fasting for 3 days, that was still a little struggle, even though he did it just fine. But it was always that day 1 was good, no problem. Day 2 is when I felt slightly a headache and then slightly like lightheaded. So day 2 was a little tough, but day 3, believe it or not, was okay. I was okay with the day 3 fasting. And then I can go day 4, day 5, day 6 in a fast, and my body would be like, okay, I'm good with this. And I wouldn't have any problem. I can get through all those days without even getting hungry. I would not get hungry. But I do want to share that at this time, during these years when I was initially fasting and following how to eat to live, I was following Dr. Sebi, Dr. Laila Africa. I mean, they were still very prominent in my reading and studying. But I just want to say this because maybe you all have came across this too, that I read many things, and some things they would say, if I read one doctor, he'll say it's good. I read another doctor, he say that same thing was bad. And I was like, how can, things be, one thing be good and at another time it be bad. So that was always in the back of my mind that, is always a different way that other people view stuff, Anyone want to care to share a comment or anything at this point?
I can share.
Okay.
I just know that I enjoy fasting, but those first 3 days, man, the first 3 days are tough. But and then the desire to go to not the desire, the habitual habit, the habit of going to the refrigerator. And every time I would go open the refrigerator, I would have to tell myself, you're not eating. Why are you doing this? So it's just, we're creatures of habit. And it's just
Yeah.
really amazing how automatically you'll go to the refrigerator because your arm wants something to do.
Right,
You
right.
know what I mean? But you go
Yeah.
and you remind yourself, I'm not eating, and you'll go back and sit down, or learning how, after a fast, I learned how to snack better
Oh,
with fruit,
good, good.
nuts and fruits instead of the other, chocolate and those other things that we don't need to be snacking
Right,
on.
you know what helped me is that I don't even have those things in the fridge or anywhere in the house. I can't find
Right.
them. You know what I mean? I have to
Right.
get out in the car and go get it if I want that stuff.
Right. Right.
So
So
it
that's
made
a beautiful journey. Thank you for sharing, Deitra.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for commenting. Anyone else?
Yes. How would you take us through how a fast works? Especially for me, I guess I'm doing like intermittent fasting.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over that next. That's
Okay. So I've attempt not to eat past 6.
oh, good for you. Good for you.
And then I ate some fruit this morning, but I guess, because of what happened last night, I guess my blood sugar was up a little much.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so preparing to fast. And so for me, if I get busy doing something, I can definitely go the day without eating.
Yes,
for
yes,
a period
yes.
of time without eating, but I have to be busy,
Yeah.
So yeah, how do you prepare? Because I've been like I said, I've been doing that sort of fasting, but I mean, when you when you tell us what do you do when you're fasting for 3 days? What exactly are you doing?
Well, as far as preparing for it, each day I don't do something different. Like if it's a Friday, normally we would fast on 3-day fast starting. Our last meal will be a Thursday, so we're fast Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that Thursday, I would make a nice meal. It would be before I ate meat. I mean, before I stopped eating meat. We would have a nice vegetables and meat or something, and rice or something, but it'd be a nice meal, a full meal that would kind of carry us. And what I learned too is that if I have like some type of oil, or like not oil, olive oil. Yeah, that was one thing that we used, and that would help sustain us through those 3 days. If we put oil in the vegetables, as far as stir fry, that would be a good way to get it in there. So we would do that, and it would help sustain the body for those 3 days. But I mean, since we're on the topic, I realized that avocado, that's like an oil too. The avocado fruit, it actually helps sustain the body too. It gives you sustenance, so that's in preparation. Is that okay, Mama Evelyn?
Yeah, that must be why after most mornings after I get off of this call around 11, I will eat avocado, like avocado toast, with like a garlic spread. I love garlic spread. I love garlic. And so I'll eat that, and it does sustain me for most of the day. I'm not really hungry.
Exactly.
For most of the day. So yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's just
Miss
keeping them.
Ebony.
I just want to
Ebony,
mention.
before you talk, excuse me, Deitra, could you bring us back into so we can see each other and then go back into your presentation?
Oh, okay, all right.
Just stop.
You got me, okay, maybe I have to get off of this
Yeah,
presentation.
just stop screen sharing
Okay, will do.
and then it'll go back right where you were. Thanks.
Okay, great. Okay, go ahead, Miss Ebony.
I just wanted to mention the statement you mentioned about having a partner in the fasting is very important. This time last year, I was able to fast alone for the month of February.
Okay.
And I fasted from sun up to sundown, and I did experience the same things that you were saying that was going on, like as I transitioned through my fasting. It was a bit of a struggle for me fasting alone, that I didn't feel strugglish the following month when I had to fast with my church for consecration. It felt like a sense of community there, but
yes,
I felt like a personal empowerment when I fast by myself.
Oh, okay.
It was a struggle, but it was like a reassuring of my love for myself, I felt. And then
I feel that. I feel that.
And it's like the following month when I fasted with my church family, it was just like a love for community, a love for church, kind of like a love for them.
Exactly. Oh, thank you, Ebony, for sharing that.
Yeah, so I enjoy the ebb and flow of fasting in itself too.
Yes, yes. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let's see if I can go back now. Let's get back to my screen. All right. Let me see if this will work. All right, now, phase 2 is my intermittent fasting. Now, I don't know if any of you have heard of Dr. Berg, but he's a doctor that has many, many videos on intermittent fasting. But I follow him. Well, he was my kind of go-to when I needed to know something, was Dr. Berg. But intermittent fasting is something that really it sounded very familiar to How to Eat to Live to me, because intermittent fasting is we eat, I would say it's kind of like once a day, but it's like in a time span. Like if you can see there, I would my time to eat is between 12 and 5. I would not eat all every hour, on the hour from 12 to 5. I would do 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. So between 12 and 5, I would eat something. And that's how I do it today too, believe it. Yeah, that's how I do it. But I would, at 5 o'clock, I wouldn't eat after 5. So 5 p.m. to 12 p.m. the next day, I would fast. So it'll start back over. So I would go from 5 in the afternoon to 12 the next day to eat again. So that would be my 1 day fast, my intermittent fasting. So I would go 19 hours without eating anything. And you might say, oh, how can you do that? But overnight when I'm asleep, the body is doing its work. It's not trying to get food. So that helps out. So those 8 hours, 10 hours, 8 hours, I'll go at 8 hours is easy. Now, with intermittent fasting, you can do 16 hours on, fasting, 8 hours to eat. You can eat during those 8 hours, but no snacking. You don't snack, definitely during your fasting hours, you don't snack. And then you can go 20 hours fasting, 4 hours and eating with no snacks. And then the OMAD, which is 1 meal a day, and no snacking. That's another way to view that. Are there any questions about intermittent fasting?
So what are you just drinking water?
Good question. Good question. Yes, I'm drinking water, but not just water. It's oh God, what's the name of that stuff? It has minerals in it. You know, it's just not plain just water, just
Is it alkaline water, Deitra?
not alkaline. I don't know alkaline because I remember, I think Mama Raziya told me, I asked her about that because alkaline water, if I'm a vegetarian, so when I drink alkaline water, it seems to make me dizzy, you know, so I don't drink alkaline, but that's just me now, you know, it might work for you, but I couldn't drink it. It was too much of something.
So it's
But
some
it made
kind
me,
of mineral water.
yeah, you know what, what is the name of that stuff that's in water that we need? Now if you, I can't go into my fridge, it's in my refrigerator right now.
Electrolytes?
Thank you, that's it. That's exactly it.
Electrolytes.
Electrolytes.
Okay.
And I make sure that's in my water
Mm-hmm.
when I drink. So I would drink water. Sometimes I do the juice queen. You know, every now and then I'll have some pure juice. Not nothing with no colors or anything, whatever they put in juice, but it's some pure juice. Or the best thing for me to do is juice my own fruit. You know, so I got a juicer and everything. So I would juice my own fruit and have that to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think
Now-
about, have you heard about, what is that, mud water?
Yes, I heard it was really good though. I haven't drunk it though.
Oh, okay. I was
But I'm
just
not a coffee
wondering.
drinker. I think it's close to coffee, but not coffee.
Oh,
But
that's what it's for. Okay, I'm not a coffee drinker either, so. Okay.
you know, I don't know if anybody else is on the line that have drunk the mud water you can share, because I don't know much about it. All right, so if there are no more questions or comments, I'll go to the next screen. Okay, now that's phase 2. So, okay.
Galaxy has their hand up.
Oh, Galaxy, who is that?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm Galaxy. I'm working on this telephone here, and I thought I had my name in there, but I am Mama Hania.
Oh, hi.
And good morning, everyone. I'm sorry. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy sweetheart day to you.
Yes.
I don't know about mud water, but I do know of a product. Well, it's actually a natural thing. It's let's see, how do you say it? God, I was doing it for a while. It's a clay, and there's a human form, and then there's oh goodness.
Is it Beanine, something like that with a B?
No, or it's not the bentonite.
Okay.
But it's a long name, and I have some. I just I'm kind of
I know
like
what
in
you're talking
transitional
about.
state right now.
I know what you're talking about too.
Yes.
Yes.
And it is excellent. It's a really good thing. It doesn't grab your stomach or anything, but it acts like a magnet, and it pulls the toxins from the colon and takes
Yes.
everything nicely in a package away. Oh goodness. It's on
You
the tip
know
of
what?
my tongue.
It's
you're talking about.
Asia's clay or
Oh,
something.
diatomaceous
Diatomaceous.
Diatomaceous, yes. Yeah, so
Yeah.
and there's a formula that's used for that people use, but it's also really good for getting in any kind of pest out of your garden. I mean, a lot of the people who work in gardens use
right.
the other one. So I don't know if she meant anything like that when the mud water was discussed, but it's basically a clay,
Okay,
So-
yeah.
What? Yeah, I've heard of mud water. I've heard of mud water and for a friend of mine, but diatomaceous clay. I have, have had it in my home and was afraid to use it.
Yeah, well, it took a nerve for me to get started, but I loved it. Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
it's
good.
yeah, I mean, when you're done producing what it does, everything's always floating. It's a good thing.
Okay, good. That's good. I'm encouraged
That's a
to
good
try
way
it
to
too.
say it.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I mean, just if you ever have now, just make sure it's the one that's used for human purposes too, because it's really a good product.
Okay, good. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Because I have some in my refrigerator right now, so I should try it.
Okay. I have plenty also.
Right.
Ready.
Okay, any more comments? All right, let me get back to my share screen. Okay, hold on. Thank you for being patient, everybody. From the beginning. Okay, hold on. I don't know what's happening here. Okay, let's see. I'll try to bring this up properly. Okay, it's not working. Okay. It's funny how technology, we still have to work things out when we don't. Okay, there we go. Finally. Whew. Okay, now. Now these are ketones test strips. These are things you want your body to be in ketosis, meaning that the body is not filled with carbs and sugars, that is, things that from what we eat. Sometimes when it's relying on fat to fuel itself, that's the best way. So when you are in ketosis, the body is actually using your fat to get its nutrients and everything. It's not coming from stuff we're eating, especially sugary stuff or carbohydrates. So Terrence and I, we it used to be so fun to go see, are we in ketosis and what level are we and everything. So it was fun. We still do it today, but let me make sure you can see this. I can't see it. Oh, okay. All right. But these are nice ways to check to see if you're in ketosis. So has anyone ever heard of this?
I've never heard.
Okay, but it's a nice little tool to have, inexpensive to check, how's the body operating. So, but it's interesting because sometimes I will eat, I could drink juice. Like if I drink juice that maybe has a little bit of sugar in it, and I test my ketosis, I would be out. It would knock me right out of ketosis. So I realized even that little bit of something is not good for, my body to be in, it's not using what's there. So yeah, so it's good. But a lot of people, like it says, weight loss, because the body is actually using the fat that we have stored up as its nutrients, as its food. So that's kind of cool when it can do that without you trying to take some fat loss pills or something. Okay, Mama Raziya.
Well, Deitra, I would like to get a little bit more understanding of how to use the ketone strips for help. I have known for years, like many of us, that the body in a state of not having food coming in, nutrients coming in, will use what it has.
Right.
And so that fasting certainly helps reduce, helps the person reduce the weight.
Right.
But it's a very tricky type of thing. People really have to be aware of how to do it. So this seems to be
Reverend
helpful.
Omani, you might want to mute your phone. Thanks. Go ahead, Mama Raziya, sorry.
Okay, so these ketone strips, would that help a person have more guidance with how to deal with using fasting as a way of losing weight?
You know, it would
A
definitely
safe way.
help guide to see if it's doing what it should, if your fasting is doing what it should do. But it's very easy to use. You just, you know, when you go to the bathroom and you pee on a little strip, and it'll come back within, you know, 2 seconds, you know, what you are, you know, it'll come right away. But then, you know, if you're high in ketosis, like if your ketones is high, like if you look at the thing, it's at 40. If you get 40 or, you know, a really high value, that means your body is using your fat that you have in your body to feed itself, you know, and so it's getting nutrients, it's getting what it needs to get, but it's not getting it from sugar that you ate or something. Does that help, Mama Raziya?
Yeah, yeah, it helps a bit. It's this is a very interesting phenomenon for us, and many people are aware that the body eats fat when it's in a state of not having so many other nutrients coming, but how to do it and have it be effective over time is a thing that I think is not working for many of us.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I think when you buy this bottle or buy this, does it have instructions and so
Yes,
forth
it does.
to kind of
It
help?
does.
Yeah, I think it's a good tool.
Yeah, and you know, and one thing we have to do is pay attention to a lot of things with our body. It comes, if we need something, the body will let us know. But we have to pay attention to the right things, the right signals. But we have to learn what those signals are. You know, like if I have a pain in my leg, you know, I ate something or did something. Normally it's what I'm eating, you know, and I need to keep track of what I'm eating so I know what's not good for me. You know, when it comes to what you need, I like when we talk about, you know, that we build up fat, and fat is good for us, you know, I mean, but because it gives our body something to rely on, to feed on, you know. And it's a whole bunch of microbes and stuff going on inside of us. You know, it's just not, this body
Well,
is.
I've been doing a lot of study on dementia, and it looks like we have a crisis of an epidemic of dementia and Alzheimer's hitting the older community, people in the 70s and 80s. And there's a lot of talk about the importance of fat.
Yes, yes.
And the brain needing a certain amount of fat.
Right.
And so it's a very, very important subject for us to look at, to make sure we're getting healthy fats and that the body is getting the type of fats that it can deal with. And people are being warned about frying in the wrong oil and all of these things, which are so important. But there is something going on where many elders are not getting what we need in terms of this balance of how the body is using fat.
You know what, that's so true. Thank you for sharing that. But one thing that came to mind as you were talking is that we're all different though. So for me to say, oh, you need this much fat, you know, it's a test. We gotta keep on top of it, you know what I mean? Like I said, I have a food diary, you know, where I keep track of what I'm eating and how my body's doing. I mean, and then going to the doctor and getting my blood work done too, you know, I think it's important, you know, finding out what my levels are. Are they going up, down, or what's happening? Okay, my RTL?
Oh, yeah, my question was, so is it the lower the ketosis is, like a 0.5 or 1.5, that is the best?
No, it's the highest.
The
You want to
highest?
be high ketones.
So you want to be at the 40s?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm very glad you brought this out, because I remember years ago, people would use this, but I have not used it myself.
Okay.
And you know, I and you both fast, but we just fast in different ways.
Right.
And since I haven't done the sugar and the flour now, it'll be 14 years. When I was 280 pounds, you know, I've managed for 13 years to stay in between 140 and 150.
Okay.
Times of the season. But this is very good. I'm very glad that you brought this point out, because by me weighing and measuring my food every meal,
right,
this gives me opportunity to really see, on top of that, my doctors are telling me I'm doing very well, but I want to
Okay.
know too. So I will
Okay.
use this. I will use the ketone.
Good. Are there any other comments or questions?
I just wanted to know, okay, so I've used olive oil forever, and
Okay.
rapeseed oil or coconut oil are the only oils I deal with.
Okay.
Most part. And I wanted to ask about the olive oil, because I keep hearing about the nutrition values of it, and how people in, you know, Italy and whatever will take a shot of olive oil and the best olives to make the oil, because it's, you know, that doctor, whatever that doctor is that pops up on YouTube, and he goes through that whole spiel before he gets to, you gotta go through the whole thing.
That sounds like Dr. Gundry.
Yeah. Yes, Dr. Gundry. You got to hear the whole thing. And so he's finally come out with his oil, his olive oil, and saw the reviews, and you know, it's like $30 a bottle, and the
It
bottle's
is.
not
That's what we
big.
get. We get that stuff. Oof.
So, I mean, is that the best kind of olive oil? I mean, is what we're getting from like Costco or from the store? Because
you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I've heard that. I'm gonna talk about Dr. Gundry next. That's who I'm gonna talk about. But but that olive oil, I say, you know what? That is expensive. It's expensive. You only get a little bottle of it. It's like so small and skinny. But one thing that Terrence definitely, well, we both did, we would take a shot of just olive oil in the morning, you know, or whatever. So I would like to use the purest, but you know what? I haven't gained enough knowledge to know how to compare those, you know, to something else, you know, because they run the gambit, you know what I mean? It's like different olive oils across. It's something. It's something. Yeah, but I've used that before. I've done that.
Okay, you've used his oil?
Yes. I bought it specifically from him. You know, after I heard that, I was like, let me get it from him. So
Yeah, Deidre, I've been buying it from him for the last 2 years, you know.
Oh wow, okay.
That's all we use, you know.
Okay.
And
how do you use it?
well, we use it in everything, you know.
Okay.
Like at our temple, we you know, when I joined the temple 40 years ago, we were taking once a week we would drink an ounce of sweet oil.
Sweet oil.
Yeah, you know, that's what they used to call it. They don't, it's been off the market for a while. We used it so much.
Okay.
So I started investigating about the various olive oils, you know. I was even in Athens and bought a bunch of olive oil, you know, but I still found out that the Moroccan olive oil, the soil is so much better and whatnot.
Mhm.
But I've just found that for me, I'm 80 years old, and for me, it just makes my skin, I have to admit that I have great skin texture.
Okay,
And-
okay.
but it causes me to have a bowel movement every day,
Okay,
because
good.
I consume enough of it. I just realized that the body, all the organs need lubricating as
Yes,
well as
that's true.
hydrating. Hydrating and lubricating,
Yes.
are the two things that I've really been into. I wish my wife was here because she could really, really do a lot of contributing and inquiring about the diet, the fasting. She's doing some cleanses right now.
Oh, really? Oh, she's
Baba,
here.
Baba,
She's
she's
here.
here. She's here.
She
She
is?
has where?
Where you at, Jody? Jody, you here?
She's just
Tell
back
him.
there giggling.
Where
She
you at?
driving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she's
driving.
driving.
She's on her way to work. Yeah, but
I
I'll
am
let her.
driving, so that's why I'm just listening.
Okay, all right. Yeah, okay. Well, that's all I had. I just wanted to. Oh, and before I go, where do you get those ketone strips?
Oh, you can
Can
get
you-
it from CVS, Rite Aid,
Oh,
Walgreens.
okay, okay. Yeah, I'd like to check those out.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, for sure. And
It don't
Jody,
have to
we
be a
would love to
certain
hear from
brand,
you
does it?
too at some point. I mean, not today, maybe, but one day.
It doesn't
Okay.
have to be a certain brand, does it? Just
No.
ketone strip.
Yeah,
Okay.
just ketone strips.
Okay.
All right, well, good. Thank you for sharing, everybody. Let's see.
So that gives you information just like the pH strips, right?
You're right. Yes,
Where your body is, yeah.
that's true. Okay, let me go down. It's funny. Okay, there we go. Now, phase 3 of my fasting. Terrence and I started reading Dr. Gundry, because we ate a lot of vegetables. We did, but he spoke about lectins, and I don't know how many of us know about lectins in our vegetables, but we found that through his reading this book, The Longevity Paradox, he talks about how there are lectins in our vegetables. And what are lectins? Well, lectins, they get in the body and they cause issues, especially in the gut. Our gut, it causes us to have certain issues. So it's good to look at things that have lectins and see what you can do to not eat them. For us, we found that like beans and rice and things like that are heavy with lectins. So we use what's the thing? It's called I wrote everything down. We use that's all I had, y'all, right here. Okay, but anyway. But we use the what's the name of that? It's like not a steamer, but a not distiller. It's not distiller. What is that thing called?
Diffuser?
No, it's something you cook things in and you boil it. It gets boiled at high temperatures and
Pressure cooker?
pressure cooker. That's it. Right. So we bought one of those to cook like our rice and beans and things like that. Because when you pressure cook things at that high temperature like that, I don't want to say kills the lectins, but it diffuses them or whatever. So we do use the pressure cooker for those things.
Okay, great. So now here we go back to what I grew up with was a pressure cooker.
Okay.
Yeah, and a friend of mine gifted me one and I sure did mess it up.
Oh,
Now
did
we
you?
got one, yeah, but yeah, my mom used to, yes, pressure cookers.
Yeah, pressure cook. That's right. That's right.
But that was at the time when the top, if you weren't careful, the top used to fly off.
Yeah, but you know what? I got a real cute when they sell it. Target. what is the name of that thing? Oh my gosh.
Instapot.
There you go, Instapot. That's exactly what I have,
Instapot.
and they have,
Oh, okay.
and it pressure cooks stuff too. So we use
Okay.
that all the
Thank
time.
you.
So that's a good investment.
Yes, very much so. Yes.
Yeah, we use the Ninja.
Oh, Ninja.
Ninja Instapot.
Make sure it's not aluminum. Okay.
I don't know what it is. We got call Jody. What is it? What is it made out of?
Okay.
Okay.
You know what? I don't even know what it's made out of, but I use it faithfully.
Yes. But it's by Ninja.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. RTL has to leave in a few minutes. And she has a program that she has Hidden Gardens on February 23rd, which is Thursday. What time is that? It's 7 o'clock, RTL?
7. 7.
Yeah, so we want to support her too. Yeah, so because I love her talks.
Thank you.
Is it every Thursday or
It's
every
fourth Thursday of
every fourth Thursday?
the month.
Now, I missed it last time. I was really planning to be on it.
I know.
So every fourth Thursday. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Deitra. I learned so much when I come here. I do.
Okay, good. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for the last minute notice. Thank you for showing up still. Thank you.
I love you. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, now we're gonna go to phase 4 of my fasting. Now, this is, I don't know who's heard of him, but his name is Jacqueline Awakened.
Yeah, you told us. I remember.
Right. Now he's one that speaks of being a fruitarian. You know, fruit is the way to go with him. So I've been following him now for almost a year and a half. And as you can see here, he goes to the Bible and, you know, quotes the scripture. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. You know, and that's very key, because believe it or not, I've been eating fruit, all kinds of fruit. So it's been very wonderful because I'm learning to appreciate different types of fruit. But believe it or not, you know, I won't get into a diet of fruit in a minute, but I don't get hungry when I eat fruit. You know, I can eat some grapes and that'll hold me until I get to my next time to eat, which may be some mangoes or something, or let me go down. Okay, there we go. Now, if you look at this chart, I've been following Yaki Awaken for a while. And he really talks about getting away from meat and dairy, and that we should detox. And I think I talked about detox on this call before, and I talked about the 3 bitters. You know, it cleanses the lymphatic system and the skin. It cleanses the blood and the organs. It cleanses the nervous system and the colon. You get all that cleansing when you take your bitters. And I did take them, and it was awesome, you know, but you know, what I'm realizing too is that one time is not enough. You gotta, you know, if you're, you know, you gotta cleanse, you know, at least once, I would say once or twice a month.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's been pretty good. But as you can see, when I was taking my therapy cleanse, you know, I got to level 3 where I was just eating fruit you know, if you can see, I don't know if you all can see this, but it was all fruits. I would eat berries sometimes, and it would just be berries. But one thing that I've learned is that you should not mix any fruit with vegetables. You shouldn't mix them. You should, if you're eating fruit, just eat fruit. If you're eating berries like this, only eat berries. If you're eating melons, only eat melons. Don't mix things up. So it's important that, you know, how we combine foods, you know, and how it affects our bodies. We need to really take a notice to how things are affecting the body when we mix stuff. Like me, I mean, now that my body is much more, how would I say it? It's kind of clean and it's trying to do right. When I do anything out of order, like mixing stuff, my body will react quickly. I get a headache, something to get sore, something, an ache, a pain or come up. I'm like, goodness, you know, but then I go back to my journal, I look at how I ate. Once again, it shows up. I can see where I did something amiss. Are there any questions or comments? Has anyone ever tried eating just fruits? Nobody?
I have.
Oh, okay, go ahead. How was it?
Well, I could get away with eating no fruit in the early part of the day.
Okay.
You know, eating all fruit. And I appreciate how Yaki has outlined the, you know, the berries, the different types of fruits and so forth. But I found that I would look at apples and blueberries as being kind of fruits that would mingle with others. I found that I was using melon, when I respect that, eat them alone or leave them alone.
Right.
It was I had my experiences. They don't know what they're talking about, but melons really will let you know that you should eat them alone.
Yes, they will.
You can really get a stomach cramp with that. But I've been slipping in blueberries with my melons. And I've been able to tolerate that.
Okay.
And adding blueberries to the watermelon or the honeydew, it feels, maybe it's in my mind, but it seems that I get more energy.
Okay.
From adding the blueberries. So the melons I've been successful with, and I've been wondering about the seedless grapes versus the seeded grapes.
Oh, tell me about
that. Are the seedless grapes any good, or what are they saying about that?
Because I don't find seeded anymore. I literally went to a health food store and asked a guy, when will you get seeded grapes? He said, they are literally not growing them anymore. You will not find seeded grapes. And I said, what's the deal with that? He said, that's just the growers. They're, you know, not getting paid to grow seeded grapes. So that's why we only, for the most part, we see only non-seeded grapes.
So are grapes without seeds? What, you know, I mean, really, are they seed? If they're not seeded, are they really grapes?
Are they really grapes? I don't think so.
Right, I know, right?
I don't. Anything without a seed is not natural. It's not organic.
Right.
Bio engineered.
Exactly.
Right.
That's why they rewriting the DNA, because the food ain't no good.
All right.
All right, now. That's true. Okay.
Oh, ladies, I do have a question on the fruits. You know, we do a lot of, I haven't lately, but we do a lot of smoothies where we combine several different fruits together. And, you know, I used to well, last summer I did a lot of smoothies, and so I could get plenty. I wanted to get as much nutrition from fruits as possible. So I thought that's probably the best way to get the nutrition that I desired or my body craved was to combine certain fruits and do the smoothies. I got good results. I mean, personally, I enjoy it. But I would like, I'm hearing now, I think one of the sisters said, about the melons, eat it alone or leave it alone. Could you give me a little science on that, or does this doctor you're speaking about, is there any science on that?
He breaks down so much. If you can go to yakiawaken.com, you can get information on all of this stuff. You can go to his website.
I certainly will.
Please do. Yeah, he breaks it down much better than I could right now. But I wanted to share this with you all because but like you, drummer, it's individual. Some things will work for you, some things won't. But if you pay attention to, if things happen when you mix stuff, does your body react differently? We have to pay attention. That's all.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but check them out. That's yakiawaken.com. I mean, they heal a lot of stuff, heal different diseases. Well, he doesn't like to say diseases. You'll hear that from him too, but he heals a lot of ailments that people have just through fruit. Some people, he will say you should eat some vegetables, and some herbs. But vegetables are normally used to maintain, like if you're really going downhill or something, you might need certain vegetables to kind of bring you to keep you stable. But then the fruits are good, when you want to just, kind of get a little uplift, a little pick me up or whatever, but they're good for me. They work great for me. I don't mind. I do salads. But then, when we do salads, we need to make sure we understand what vegetable is really a fruit and not a vegetable. Like tomatoes. Tomato is actually a fruit. So you shouldn't eat fruits with vegetables. So we need to be mindful of what's a fruit and what's not a fruit. What's a vegetable, so that's something good to know as you go along. So sometimes you can eat some vegetables too, of course. But
now,
go ahead,
what
Mama.
was that? Now, are we saying, because there's been a lot of controversy about tomatoes, and especially among older circles, they're saying tomatoes are causing people to have arthritic symptoms and a whole lot of things. But are you saying that a regular salad that we all are kind of used to and grew up on, that having the tomatoes in that salad might be not a good thing? That's, the vegetables, the spinach, the romaine, and all of that, and then you put tomato in. Is that something to be looking at?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you from what I know now, and this is going back to Dr. Gundry. The tomatoes with the peeling on a tomato and the seeds are two of the lectin filled parts of a tomato. We should not even eat the seeds or the skin of a tomato. Believe it or not, I use my Instapot and cook my tomatoes before I use them in anything. So getting back to your question, Mama Raziya, I know that tomato is a fruit, and I know I've heard over the years that you should not mix fruit with anything else. So I
Big
don't.
Gregory.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right, I don't mix them. Now, like I said, if you just go to the store and get a little thing of tomatoes and put them on a salad, you're dealing with the lectins. So I don't know if that will cause any issues in the body. You know, I'm sure it does, because lectins, that's what they do. They cause stuff to happen. So from my standpoint, I don't think it's a good thing, Mama Raziya.
What about red peppers? I mean, you have to be with the peppers too, because now they're saying that they're plastic coated on the outside. So because I like to use a red pepper like this to give me the color of a tomato without it being a tomato.
Mama Heather, you are so on point, because we do not eat any peppers. No peppers. Unless we put them in the Instant Pot and
oh, Lord. So I guess the best thing to do is eat fruit and cardboard. That's probably the only natural.
Oh, that's funny. No, but that's how it is, you know. But peppers are another one. You're right, exactly. We should not eat those seeds or the skin of peppers.
Oh, hell.
I know, right? We like to dice those up. Sometimes you can just pop them in your mouth and bite them in, you know. That's how I used to do it. But I'm learning differently.
Even the cabbage, they're saying the cabbage is plastic, the rice is plastic, this is plastic.
Right. I know, it's so much. Our food, believe it or not, I want to send everybody, and everybody on this call, I guess you'll get it, especially the Elizabeths on the call. I'm going to send a video that talks about how things are being poisoned, all of our food. We need to get our own gardens. We got to do it ourselves. We can't go to the store and buy stuff, you know.
Right.
We got to do it ourselves. So I'm gonna need some folks to help out with that if y'all want to.
But how can we really effectively garden when we have the chemtrails, the acid rain, it's just so much. But that's why one of the things is so important to just pray. I tell my body, I say, use what you can and eliminate what we can't.
Right.
All right. I know that's right.
Because this is a temporary stop. We only here for a little bit, a long time, and
Exactly. Yeah, but for that, I thought about getting like a greenhouse or something that it'll be enclosed.
But you're gonna enclose it in glass and metal, because if you're using aluminum and plastic, that's
what I was thinking, in glass, It's something. Okay, Mama Raziya.
Wanted to ask you a little bit more about the greens. I noticed on Yaki's schedule there, greens were mentioned.
Yes.
What kinds of greens? What are we talking about? Kale or spinach or collards or mustards or what?
That's a very good question. Let's see, what did I do? Let me see. I think on one of them he listed what you can get. Okay, vegetable soup, wild rice, steamed squash.
the kale and kelp and green leaf.
Oh, definitely kelp. I know he talks about that. Kelp. And your algae. And that's what I put in my soup is algae. Does he list any greens in here? Let's see.
Kale salad.
Yeah, he says kale.
Yeah.
Okay, do you see that, Mama Raziya?
Yeah.
That's like spinach. What's the Jamaican, what do you call it? Oh my goodness. It's called Jamaican spinach. Oh, and it grows really wild. I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, okay.
What is the name? Begin with
I know what you're talking about.
It begins with the what?
It's called, they call it Jamaican spinach. It grows and when you plant it, it'll take over your whole yard. It's a gangster. But I think the name just is just not, I'm just not seeing the letters. I see the plant, but not the letters.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, when you think of it, put it in the chat.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Mama Raziya, you still want to say something?
I'm thinking of that green that she's talking about.
Okay.
It's served all the time, and we did get a good deal of it this summer. Grew up in Detroit, so people were trying to donate it, get somebody to eat it because it's and it's so popular in Jamaica. Callaloo, that's it.
Callaloo, okay.
But I don't
So
see it on
we
this.
can raise callaloo here. And, our climate is good for it.
Okay.
That's started.
Yeah, but I don't see it on the list. I just see Kelly.
No.
Ooh,
And there's a controversy about collards too. There's some, I've heard that there are certain Muslim members who will not touch collards. Collard greens or something, so supposedly that's not good.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
Ooh, we don't know what we're doing, child.
I know. Like I said in the beginning of this talk, is some things some people tout it as great, and some people say, oh no, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, I'm like, woo-wee, okay. Is somebody shouting something?
Probably a mic on as usual. We need the person to monitor the mics and just keep the mics off until we're ready to talk.
Right. You're right. Okay, we're gonna go to phase 5. I went through the first 4 phases. And the phase 5 is a little different, y'all. I listened to this brother, King Carew, and he talked about electronic fasting. For me, like it says here, taking you out of yourself, your brain is in your pocket, your cell phone. We realize that we carry our cell phones everywhere. A lot of us do. I know I try to keep it in its own little pedalace and I walk around without it. And then he talks about perfect detachment. He said that, nowadays we can't decode 2 + 2 without pushing a computer button on our pocket police. He calls it a pocket police, our phones. We must find detachment from this electronic enslavement. That's strong words, electronic enslavement. The way out is in, going inside of ourselves. I just wanted to share this with you because I thought about fasting and so many things we need to take a little fast from, not only food and stuff, but even this electronic time we're living in. I'm gonna come back. Okay. So it really touched me because I thought about it. I said, what do I do? Our business relies upon computers and phones, and I'm like, if I let go of this stuff, how do I make money? A lot of times it relies on us to talk and be on the computer or something. So it said, what came to me is, oh my, okay, is it worth me hurting myself with these electronics things coming in my body and dealing with, what do I do? I don't know. Any thoughts, anyone?
Well, I had some experiences I guess in my 40s. I met 2 women they came to Healing Support Network gatherings to get some help. Both of them were supervisor levels in their workspace, and they were computer whiz. They're very, very adept in computers at a time when few of us were. But both of these women had a very serious disease. One had cancer, breast cancer. The other had Parkinson's. And they were young women. They were women in their 30s and early 40s. The woman with cancer told me, she said, my doctor says I cannot go back to work. I not be working around all those machines. And back in the day, I don't know if you remember, Deitra, the computers were huge.
Yes,
They took up a
mainframes.
whole room.
Right.
And they had one on display at the Teachers Credit Union for a while, you know, and I was amazed. And so these women were working among computers of that size.
Right.
Now, I don't know if the smaller size is less powerful or emitting less harmful substances or not. The woman with Parkinson's was in her 30s, and she was also a computer expert. So that scared me. I was one of the last people to buy a cell phone.
Okay.
Back in the day, and today I'm less technically savvy because I was resistant after having this hands-on experience. And it wasn't just those two women. There were other people who in their presence were saying, oh, my cousin did this, my sister did that. So we've known for some time that this technology was not good for us and for our bodies, but we're in a country that values money
right
over health, and that's unfortunate, and it's just showing up a bit more. So we do need to think of things that we can do, and what the fasting I think is wonderful in that people are being encouraged to detox and get this stuff out of our systems as soon as possible. And yeah, so this is a really important subject to go along with what is happening in our world in terms of being bombarded daily with harmful technology. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something to think about for sure. Any other comments? Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a comment. Well, I think it might do us all well to kind of look into the microwaves that are emitted, you know, by the 5G, the wireless, how it affects our brain cells, our bodily functions. And we also might need to look into Dr. Blair, the late Dr. Blair.
Oh, yes.
Diode, you know, he has a store, he has a company here in Chicago where you can actually buy diodes that will, you know, that will counteract the microwaves that are emitted by these various electronic towers, the Wi-Fi, the 5G towers, because you know, microwaves harm the body. You know, most homes have microwaves, electrical devices, anything that has a Wi-Fi, you know, is powered by microwaves, and microwaves are not good for the body. They're radiated, they're radiation.
Yes.
So we need to really do a little investigating into, you know, what's actually powering these devices. I'm not, you know, I am a conspiracy theorist, so I kind of keep, I just go on YouTube to see what they're talking about as far as counteracting, you know, some of the electronic devices that they say that we have to have in our society.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, I have a girl. My girlfriend, she says that at night, her family, they park their phones. She said she doesn't allow them in the rooms. At 10 o'clock, I think she says everybody puts their phones in a basket and it stays out where that bedroom.
Exactly. Not to sleep in the same room.
He's sleeping with them. Look, you wake up, you sleep on top of the phone. And bothering, and it's aggravating our DNA, our what do you call it? Marrow, our bones.
Exactly, sister. Exactly.
So much. And see, even when we were dealing with being shut down for the vid, they were installing the 5G towers.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
And there are some of the gentlemen, even the chemtrail pilots, they have quit because they were like, I can't keep being a part of this, but it's not. And then when you have 5G, they didn't eliminate the 2G, the 3G, and the 4G.
Exactly, no.
So we're just getting hit with all kinds of things. That's why I'm glad Mama Raziya, the brother, stopped by with the information about making the organites and wearing our devices to help repair.
Exactly. Organite, yes.
And also making sure that, I don't know what's in this, but my partner has this. It repels the energy. I don't know what's in there.
Is that a pyramid?
At Juju, I don't know. I gotta ask.
Uh-oh.
But we make sure that we're doing what we can to keep energy off, even our crystals. It's funny that they go to Africa and get the cobalt to put in these cell phones. It comes from the continent, from the pygmy.
Yes.
Over there stealing it and putting it in these phones. And my brother was having seizures and they increased with the cell phone. It's an over activity of the mind. I think it's that some people have information or energy that's just, it can't be, held. So it just blows up or makes them have certain body chemistry. But, if as long as the agenda is pushed, they'll hold back on information to share about what's happening. Most of these products that we're using, this food that we're consuming, they knew that when they made it, it was not right.
Right.
But powers that be, we get tricked into buying things because, it's like we have all these devices that all do the same thing. And stuff is, we're taught to be consumers, but then we're not. I mean, they just started putting not too long ago. Remember, they didn't even have to put the ingredients in our food, on our food products. They just started doing that within the last 70 years. I don't remember. But, and then our natural flavoring and our natural this and natural that is really some bug juice or bug
exactly. Right.
And we have no idea the colors and the things that are being put in. But, what are we to do? You got Gates buying up all this land. He wants to make vertical farms, which means bioengineering. What the heck? And if we got a little space of dirt, you better grow what we can do.
Right. Thank you, Mama Head. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mama Queen.
No, I just went upstairs and I got this
oh, yeah, that's it.
It's a quantum pendant.
I don't know if you can see it. Oh, well.
Optimum energy for peak performance. Anyway, I know that they have these things where you can, put on your body, like what you said, the brother that was at Raziya's. Yeah. And I guess we just have to, put all those things on. I remember when Queen Afua was at my facility, and she would not put the phone to herself. She would, if she had to use the cell phone, she would, put it on, what do you call it? Yeah, on the speaker. And then at one other point, she had something she would hook up, and you remember the old phones that you would hold in your hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, she would listen from there. She would not put this phone to her ear. And I remember one time And I don't know what happened as a result, but I was using the phone and it was like you could see it, but I could definitely feel it. A shot went through my head, through my ear. Like, it was a shot of, it didn't hurt, but I felt it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I feel it all the time.
really, I
Yes,
felt it, it was so powerful that day. I've never felt it before, but it was like somebody had just shot something through my ear. And I was
if
like,
you put your mama, if a queen, if you put your finger where at the port where you would normally connect your charger device to, and if you have your phone on, like maybe just turn on, put it on on a music station or something, you can actually feel the energy that's being emitted going in and out of that phone.
Wow.
It scared me. Yeah. I never put it to my ear. I always put it on speaker.
Me too.
Yeah.
We just need to know a little bit more about what they got out here. They got us destroying ourselves and we don't even know it because we don't invest in it.
And we're paying for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And what they're doing is they're making it so that everything you have to deal with this stuff. I mean, you can't talk to people. You can't have a conversation when you need something. Everything is go through the computer, and then it takes you 30 minutes just to find a telephone number. And then when you get to call the telephone and call the person, then it's telling you, you go 5 minutes with them telling you how you can go to the internet, or you can go. They're forcing it. It's just forcing it. They're not going to go backwards. They're not going to undo it. So like we're talking about, we have to find other ways to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't know what that did to my body. I don't know what that did to my hearing, but it was like, it was like that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, over time, it'll damage organs over time.
Yeah,
and teeth. Everybody got every circle of friends. Somebody has a challenge with their teeth. I don't care what it is, from one end to the other. This breaking down the chemtrails mimic calcium and break down our bones. And I mean, you can tell, you can see it and just look at and ask questions in your ciphers. And it's true.
Yeah.
Mama Hania. Mama Hania.
Hit them unmute button.
I just now got unmuted. I didn't mean to show my video. I haven't got my pretty face on yet. But with you, Sister Sheila, I was listening at the call and response of the musicians Saturday at the ceremony. At the service. And I thought to myself, the way we're being set up now, we better get back to some of our primitive things that we did as a culture of people. And call and response just lets me know that that's a communication. It's like when you hear this, you know to respond that way. So that's what it's like, a different type of underground railroad system we got to set up now.
I like that.
Thank you, Mama Hania.
Thank you.
And thank you, Mama Het, for what you shared too. And Drum. Woo-wee. Good conversation.
Wait, and then so I had this, but it was upstairs in a box. It does me no good if I don't actually wear it.
That's funny.
Queen, they have a device, a little sticker to put on the back of your phone too that does that.
That's true.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's the same. It has the same icon or picture that's on Queen's piece she just put on. It's that circle with the dots emanating from it.
but it's a little sticker and it helps push, some of that energy off your phone or repel.
Wow, that's interesting.
I'll have to check with Bobby Fuma because he's the one who gave me one. I had one on my phone, but I lost that phone, so I had to get another. But I'll get with him and find out what the name of it is and post it.
Okay, good. Now I'll let you know, Drum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
there's
you can have the brother, Mama Raziya, maybe you can have that brother come on with us. I know he's not ready for the world to see it, but maybe he can just come on with us. And
I think he want to do in person, Queen. I think
right. Because he didn't want to deal with
he
computers.
said that.
He
Yes.
didn't want to deal with computers.
Yeah, well, we should have another conversation with him and see what's possible. I also wanted to mention that the mala is coming back. A lot of people are now wearing these malas that are spiritually charged and protective to us. And there's several of them with the different kinds of beads. And they're blessed, you bless them with your energy. So people all over the world are having the conversations that we're having here today. And we're realizing that there's a lot of effort that has to be made in order to maintain ourselves on this earth. So we should have some sessions. And many of the people who are into this.
How do you spell the M-A?
M-A-L-A.
I'm gonna pull it up.
And I have some information that I could probably send to you, email to you. But people that are into this are more willing to talk to small groups face to face.
Right.
They are not as willing to go on Zoom or with media. They have gotten a big taste of what's not good about it, and it's hard. It's kind of hard to balance out because this is our way at this point.
Yeah.
Is it still going?
Oh yeah, I'm still on it.
Oh, mama beads.
I'm gonna be coming to work.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Very interesting, but I'm very curious because I use in cooking. I use tomatoes.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna change that.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. This is.
Drummer, who are you talking to? Is that Drummer?
See, once it's one thing about it, once you.
Drummer, mute your phone, honey.
Mute. Somebody has the control that can mute all mics. Yeah. You're a host.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, no, he's muted. Oh, this is nice, Mama Raziya.
Yeah, here's some of those beads.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, that's you, Queen.
Yeah, this one looks like the one I have on now.
And we could probably get somebody local like Lily, Sister Lily B. She makes waist beads, so she'll have access to the beads, and we could probably get her, because I'd rather get them from someone I know, or either charge them once we get them. But I don't want that mail and that energy. But we have resources here that can make those. We've met several sisters who make jewelry. And then we can get
we should really, I agree with you. We should really get into that, because we've got to look at what it is we can do to offset and repel this negative energy. And the beads, the malas are one. Yeah, let's talk with her.
That sounds
Put that on our list. We got a long list from the other day.
Right, exactly.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to have to close the show down because I'm sitting at this computer too long every day.
Okay, well, I just want to thank everyone for attending our talk today. It's been a blessing, always a blessing. So thank you. And I'm going to turn it over to Queen Aduni.
Oh, yeah. Well, this has been very, very good. Let us just, we got 4 minutes. Let's go through and give me a word or something that how this show today has affected you, or what did you learn? And I'll just go right by where everybody is on my platform here. So let's start with Mama Evelyn. Okay, go ahead.
Just blessed. Blessed.
Thank you, Star.
Better health.
Mama Raziya.
More attention to the details, the fine print. And I recognize there's effort to have us be out of focus in terms of what's really going on. So pay attention.
Mama Het.
Protection.
Reverend Omani.
Excuse me. Bless my food, bless my environment, and bless others.
Oh, yes. Yes. Mama Hania.
Stay in tune with the highest frequencies possible of love to share and be connected to our sisterhood and community.
Ashe. Drummer.
Yeah, just speak your truth. Speak your truth into so it'll become a reality. You have to use your inner voice, and the law of attraction will always be in effect.
And what's your name, brother?
My name is my birth name is Gerald Morgan, but I'm known as Drummer.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Oh, and I'd like before I go, I'd like to get Deitra, please send me when the sister does the link, does the garden piece, please send me that Zoom information so I can get in on that.
Okay. All
right, thank you.
Oh. Lolly?
Conscious consumption.
Ebony? Ebony? Yeah. Deitra?
Togetherness. Together it can work. We can rise together. Yes.
And for me, eat to live, not live to eat. And I just want to, Deitra, this was a great show. So informative. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, just a wonderful a Valentine's gift to all of us is to love ourselves.
Yes.
Take time out to do what's needed to stay alive a long time.
Right.
A long time. So that being said, Mama Het, you got announcement for tomorrow?
We're going to continue on our journey with our relationship. The stories are very detailed, the 2 stories we have to share tomorrow, but we'll persevere through and work on some forgiveness and overcoming obstacles.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Yoni verse. All right.
Okay. Reverend Omani, you want to share what we're going to do Thursday? I think aren't we doing the angels? Well, and we know the Holy Spirit may take us somewhere else, but
'Cause I'm like, girl, I don't know. When spirit tell me what it is, but I said angel, spirit might have something else in mind.
got it. But bring the books. Either way, with every show, we should have our tablet.
Paper and pen.
Yes. Oh,
Old school.
All right, give yourself some love. You are the Valentine of your own self. Love yourself today. I already told my husband what I want to do, what I want to get today, and the timing of it all. Oh. And he said, okay. Hug the world. I hug each one of you sisters. You're queens in my life. And just sprinkle all the goodness and the Valentines for everyone. Peace and love and prosperity.
And love.